This is clearly not a hair day for me, but whatever. We're just trying stuff out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, don't mind the hair. This is a hair washing day, so I don't really care what's going on with this right now. So I am so excited to try this out. In case some of you don't know, maybe I did mention in a previous video, I don't remember, but like the Chanel powder was my favorite loose, like translucent powder. It was my favorite. It's so finely milled and it sets and blends so beautifully. But unfortunately, they discontinued it only because they were reformulating it, apparently. So mine ran out sometime in February, I believe, and I went back to, you know, repurchase it because it was that good. And then the lady tells me, oh, it's discontinued, they're reformulating it, it'll come back in April. And obviously because of what was going on in the world, that obviously got pushed back, and I'm just here going, my favorite powder. So then I obviously went to the Laura Mercier because that was the next best thing, but I still wanted my Chanel powder back. And I finally got it back, and I'm so excited to try it out. Now, because they did reformulate it, I don't know if it will perform the same way as I remembered it. I clearly don't have the original one because it ran out, and I don't have the ingredient list on me either. However, I did some Google search, so I will compare the new one and the old one. And shoutouts to Beauty Cabby. I used her picture because I couldn't find anything else, because my shade is in 20. And I want to find the ingredient list that match that shade because, you know, different shades will have slightly different ingredients. So I wanted to stick to the same one. So as you can see in the two, there's slight differences, but they did keep a few of the original ingredients there. I don't know if it's going to perform the same way as I remembered once again, but we will try it out. I'm really excited to like use this again and see how it performs. So this is the packaging. It basically looks the exact same, even the component as well. I believe the price is a little bit more expensive than what I remembered, but it was the same thing with their bronzer mousse, that cult favorite. They reformulated that as well. I kind of wanted to try it, the original one, but then obviously it got discontinued and reformulated, but I still wanted to give it a try. But the coconut oil is really high up on the ingredient list, so I don't know if I really want to try it out, but I'll see. If you guys really want to see it, leave a comment down below and I'll try it out, because I really wanted to, but I was like just speculating that the whole coconut oil thing. I'm like, So I did buy this for $68, and you do get 1 ounce or 30 grams. So basically everything's the same in terms of like the packaging, like nothing's changed. I have number 40 of the original formula, and that works really well to like set my contour in like my previous video on like when we like got ready together. So it was really nice. So with this, I'm not too sure how well it will perform, but we'll see. The lady told me that it blends very beautifully, like it got better. I don't know if that's the case or not, but we will definitely see. Here is pin back. Okay, so I zoomed you guys a little bit. So I usually use the Chanel powder to set my under eyes because it just looks so blurred out and beautiful. So that's what I normally use it for. And for the rest of my face, I use a different powder just to set the rest of my makeup. And obviously you guys know about my contour situation already. I don't need to explain that. So we are going to, but before we actually get into that, let's see if anything's different in here. So you do get the Chanel puff, which I love their puff. I don't know what happened to my previous ones. Did I throw it out? I don't know, but their puff is so soft. But I'm not gonna use it in this video. I'll use it another time. So it is sealed. Ooh. I really hate them sealing it this way, but ooh. Because the powder does fly everywhere. I don't know if you guys can tell, there's some powder on my hands right now. So I'm just gonna do a quick smell test. There is a slight fragrance. I don't remember if there was a fragrance in the original one. Even the shade I used for contouring, the 40, there's not much of a scent to it. It was very faint. Okay, so before we get started with that, we obviously have to conceal. So I'm going in with my trusted Shiseido concealer, the Synchro Skin in shade 202 Light. And then Going with a Jeffree Star at the inner corner right there. Okay, so I let it sit for a moment. So now we're gonna go in with the sponge and do our thing. I'm not really going out anywhere, you guys, so that's why I haven't done any eyeliner or any of that jazz. I prepped my face and everything just to try out the powder. So I'm eventually gonna do a video of how like I do my concealer, like a more in-depth video, more of an explanation, because I only like touched upon it in my like get ready with me video, so I want to explain more about it. So hopefully, so that'll be coming out maybe after this video, maybe after the next video. I haven't really decided yet. So I'm just gonna take the product from the cap, because since there's some on there already, and right now we're going to make sure there are no lines. Now we're gonna go in with the beauty blender, pick up some of that product again, and then dab it off and then set. So right off the bat, it does look like it's blurring. Nothing looks cakey. It doesn't look like it's settled anywhere. It doesn't look like it's a different color either. Like, cause you know sometimes you put translucent powder over like a concealer product, it makes it look darker than it actually is. It doesn't seem that way. It looks good right now. Huh. So I'll definitely do like a wear test. It is now like basically 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna kind of do the rest of my face and see how it performs, if it's the same or how the original formula was like. Because I remember with the original formula, it didn't make me oily or anything like that, but it really looks nice. So once again, we're gonna see how this performs later in the day. It is now 12 o'clock and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Alright, so it is 3:55. It's basically like 4 o'clock right now. I worked out a little bit. I kind of just chilled around the house most of the time, just watching some shows. I'm rewatching Extraordinary You in case I missed some stuff, and I don't know, I just wanted to watch it again, so don't judge. So I just used the powder under my eyes and my forehead and my nose. Forehead still looks pretty matte, still pretty good. Under my eyes, still looks pretty blurred out. I don't know if you guys can tell, it definitely still blurred out. It did not make anything settle. Even like my fine lines under here, it still looks good. My nose still looks matte. Overall, it still looks pretty good. So there isn't really much to say right now, but we'll definitely check back in another several hours. Okay, you guys, so it is now 7:36, and if you don't believe me, here you go. So it's basically almost 8 o'clock right now, and I wanted to check in to see how it is holding up, and I kind of want to get this all off and kind of get ready for bed. So underneath the eye, it doesn't look like there's any much change to it. So my forehead looks about the same. So on the side of my nose is still fairly matte. Underneath my eye is still matte as heck, and it did not settle into like my fine lines or anything. Yeah, everything still looks good. To be honest, I thought that I would hate the new formula, because in my mind I'm thinking, when there's a reformulation to a product that's already amazing, I just question as to like, why would you do that? And I would just automatically think that like it's just bad, it's just already going to be a flop. But it actually performed quite well on me. I don't know about everybody else, just to let you guys know. I don't know how it will perform on another person, but on me, it definitely still performed quite well. Would I recommend this to someone? Definitely. Despite the price tag, if you could look past that, or if you can afford it, I would definitely recommend this to anybody. Even before the reformulation, I always recommended this to like my friends, to anyone who asked me about like good translucent powders. At first, it was always the Laura Mercier translucent. That was like the cult favorite. And then when I tried the Chanel one, I was just like, oh my god, like this is so good. Like you guys can see my under eye right here. It just looks amazing, and it doesn't settle or anything. It still looks good. Like I said, I thought I would be against the reformulation, but I'm actually on board with this one. In terms with this powder, I definitely recommend it. It is definitely a go for me, and I really recommend you guys to try this out. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoying this experience with me, like trying on the new like Chanel reformulated powder. Once again, I was very skeptical about it, but I really like it, surprisingly, and I hope you guys try it out too. So I hope you guys enjoy that once again. And in the meantime, I hope you guys watch these other videos that are lined up in case you haven't watched them already. You know, support your girl and watch these other videos, and I will see you in the next one.